Yes, so we're into game week 15 of the Championship, with the season starting to take shape quite nicely. Here's my score predictions for game week 15 then. So Friday night, the live Sky game sees Leicester take on Leeds. So Leicester, they've won last nine games in the league, top by 5 points, absolutely flying at the minute. But Leeds have won 4 of the last 5 games as well. They're in third place, but they're 14 points behind Leicester. Leicester are unbeaten in the last 4 in this fixture. It was obviously a Premier League game last season, but I just think Leicester will be a bit too strong. So I'm going to go Leicester 2, Leeds 1. The Saturday game, so on Saturday the first game is West Brom versus Hull. Both teams in decent form, they've both won the last 2 games. West Brom went into the playoffs on Monday night after beating Coventry 2-0, great win. Hull currently in 7th place, and they're both on 23 points. This is going to be a very, very even game, I think. I say both teams in decent form. West Brom on the day, we know, can beat anybody, and Hull are probably overachieving this season. That might be a little bit of a, not to be too disrespectful to them, of course, but I just think this is going to be West Brom 2, Hull City 2. Next up is Swansea versus Sunderland. So both teams bounced back after consecutive defeats at the weekend. Sunderland in 8th, Swansea in 13th, 4 points behind Sunderland. However, Swansea have won the last 4 meetings between the two sides. The last Sunderland win was a 4-2 win at Swansea in 2016, when Swansea had a man sent off and Jermaine Defoe scored a hat-trick. So again, this is going to be another tight game. So they've both just come off that poor run with Sunderland beating Norwich at the weekend, and then Swansea went and beaten Blackburn as well. So this one I'm going to go for a draw. Swansea 1, Sunderland 1. Next up is Stoke versus Cardiff. Both teams in form. Cardiff have won the last 3 games. Stoke have also won the last 3. They have beat Sunderland, Leeds and Middlesbrough in their last 3 games. So it just shows you they've turned the corner. They were my prediction to finish in the top 3 before the season. Watch this video where we've got that championship predictions. And that looks like they're slowly starting to turn it around. Cardiff won the Welsh derby on Saturday. They beat Bristol City, which saw Nigel Pearson sacked, and a 4-0 win at Huddersfield at the weekend. Stoke are flying, and I'm looking to catch Cardiff with a win, so Stoke would actually catch them. I think Stoke will be a little bit too strong. I'm going to go Stoke 2, Cardiff 1. So next up is Rotherham versus Queen's Park Rangers. Relegation 6-pointer already. 22nd and 23rd in the table respectively. QPR with the new manager who was announced today, Marty Cifuentes. He'll be looking to change their fortunes following Gareth Ainsworth's departure. Rotherham only 1 win in the last 6. QPR lost the last 7, so 2 teams massively out of form. But I just think QPR will have that new manager bounce. So score prediction, Rotherham 1, Queen's Park Rangers 3. Preston versus Coventry is up next. 2 sides very much out of form. Preston, after a great start, are now no wins in the last 6. Coventry 1 win in 6 as well, and they sit 20th in the table. They'll be massively disappointed after the season what they had last season. Mark Robins not under pressure as yet, but if results continue, then questions will start to be asked. Preston haven't lost in 11 games against Coventry. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go for Preston to get back to winning ways. Preston 2, Coventry 1. So next is Plymouth versus Middlesbrough. Borough were flying up until they got beat the weekend against Stoke. I think they won 5 in a row before that. Plymouth had a decent start of the season as well, but have found things a little bit tough since their promotion from League One. I just feel this one, that Middlesbrough will be a little bit too strong for them, and they'll be looking to get back to winning ways, so I'm going to go for Plymouth 1, Middlesbrough 3. Next is Millwall versus Southampton. So both these teams do like a draw. Millwall have got 3 draws in the last 6, Southampton 2 in the last 4. Millwall haven't kept a clean sheet against the Saints in the last 7 games. So with that in mind, I can't see that changing. I can see Southampton scoring, they're scoring goals for fun. They did go through a spell where they were conceding quite a few goals. They got battered 5-0 at Sunderland and what have you. But I can't see that changing against managerless Millwall. I'm going to go for Millwall 1, Southampton 3. Next, we head to Huddersfield for Huddersfield versus Watford. Terriers very much struggling despite appointing Darren Moore a few games ago. They've only got 1 win in 5. Watford are looking to put some consistency together. They are down in 16th place, but they are unbeaten in 4, winning 2 of those. This one, Huddersfield are in deep trouble. I can only see a Watford win. Score prediction is Huddersfield 0, Watford 2. Next, just been saying, Bristol City, who sacked Nigel Pearson after the weekend, they take on Sheffield Wednesday. So Wednesday will be buzzing after the first win on Sunday, live on Sky for Danny Roll. They beat Rotherham 2-0. Bristol City did sack Nigel Pearson, like I said, after they lost against Cardiff at the weekend. I can see Wednesday going on a bit of a run. So good things from their manager. So I'm going to go for Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Now to Mr. Rooney's Birmingham. Birmingham versus Ipswich Town. Sacking John Eustace was a crazy decision in my eyes for Birmingham. That he won the previous 2 games. They were pushing towards the playoffs. They sacked him and then appointed Wayne Rooney, who was one of the best kept secrets in football. Since then, they've lost the last 3 games with Wayne Rooney in charge. They've lost against Middlesbrough, against Hull, and against Southampton. So, like I say, a very, very strange decision. Now they come up against a team flying in Ipswich, who have won the last 4, sitting in the league and keeping pace with Leicester. So I don't see that changing too much. I think it'll be 4 losses on the bounce for Wayne Rooney. So sorry, Blues fans, I'm going for Birmingham 1, Ipswich Town 3. And finally on Sunday, the Sky game is Norwich versus Blackburn. Norwich, another underachieving club, relegated from the Premier League 2 seasons ago. Didn't really do much last year. They then got David Wagner in charge. They would be expecting to be pushing for the playoffs. Currently in 17th. So David Wagner is under massive pressure. They lost 3-1 at Sunderland at the weekend. I can't see it getting any better against Blackburn, who have 3 wins in the last 5 games. I know they got beat at the weekend against Swansea at home, but Blackburn on the day of the turn-up can beat any team in the Championship. Despite only 2 points separating the 2 clubs, I think Blackburn will more than fancy their chances. Score prediction: Norwich 1, Blackburn 2. So that's my score predictions for game week 15. Why don't you get your predictions in the comments below? To see how you get on. See that the season's starting to take shape quite nicely, and them at the top and them at the bottom, you can kind of say what's going to be the promotion battle and relegation battle. But it is very, very tight at the moment, like the Championships always are. You could be in 15th, but only 2 points away from the playoffs. So that's just the way it is at the moment. But get your score predictions in below. Don't forget, running the shirt competition for Sunderland games. Predict the Sunderland scores as well. Watch out for the match preview video coming out for Swansea, which will be coming out probably tomorrow or Thursday. But like I say, get your comments in this one. Please like, share and subscribe. Until the next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.